Hey guys, and welcome to this week's edition of the Coffee and Hero Show, focusing on new stuff that's arrived in. This is just going to be sort of the graphic novel side of things. You can obviously find elsewhere on the network my own pull list, which goes through the single issues due in this week, that kind of thing. But with this, we always focus just on the trades. We did also receive in a lot of new manga, I should say, as well. The section is over by the door now. It's been slightly moved. If you walk in and don't see it in its place where it was before, don't panic. We are still doing manga. We're actually expanding it. So there's more and more coming in. There's weekly orders at the moment, and it's proven really, really popular. So as soon as you walk in the door, it's just on your left. And again, we got about another 70 titles in today. But I'm going to focus on the graphic novel side of things. And this is going to be a little bit of a collection of stuff that's only due out this week, brand new releases. Some of them are top-ups of things. There's one in particular I've been trying to get back into the store for I don't know how long. It's been requested a few times. It's just been on back order, but it's finally back in stock. But I'll take you through what we've got anyway. So first up is this rather beautiful hardcover edition of The Last God. Now, The Last God is by Phil Kennedy Johnson, who of course he's doing a lot of work on Marvel at the moment, but he kicked things off at DC with this, and it was with in collaboration with artist Riccardo Federici. And essentially, it's book one of the Felspire Chronicles. So that suggests to me that this title will come back. But for the moment, it's just a volume one. Now that volume one contains 12 issues, as well as a one-shot, as well as a source book so that you can actually play a role-playing game based on the events in the book. So what we have here is essentially, or as I've been told anyway, because I haven't read it, for shame, what I've been told that this is essentially DC's version of Conan. You know, it's swords and sorcery, it's grand epic storytelling, it's beautiful art. So, you know, I may have to get a copy of this for myself. I don't have one this week because my pull list is big enough, but that's not to say I won't have one next week. But yeah, that's The Last God, and that is one beautiful hardcover which collects everything that you need for that series. Next up, we have a omnibus. Omnibus section continues to sell well. Omnibuses are obviously, I always say it, that it's quite a financial outlay to jump on an omnibus. But at the same time, when you start breaking it down, the value that you get and the collection of stuff that's there and having it all in one place, it works out really well. Plus, they just look great in the bookshelf. But this one is The Amazing Spider-Man by Michelini and McFarlane. So you're bound to see something here that you recognize. I mean, this is a very, very iconic run, whether it be, you know, the introduction of Venom, whether it be, you know, showcasing Peter Parker being taken over by the symbiote as well. There's tons of great stuff in here. I mean, just looking at the back here alone, it collects Amazing Spider-Man 296 to 329. So straight away there, you're talking 30 odd issues of Spider-Man from its golden period. And there's also material from the Spectacular Spider-Man number 10. So this, I'm always wary when something is referred to as hip and happening. But the back is Michelini and McFarlane made Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson a hip happening couple in the middle of Manhattan. They amped up the action as old school villains such as Dr. Octopus, the Sandman, the Lizard, and the Green Goblin came calling. And most importantly, they introduced a powerful and recurring nemesis in Eddie Brock, Venom. So yeah, if you want to get into Spider-Man from this era, these are always the best way to do it. You know, it's, as it says at the top here, for the first time, more than 800 pages of pivotal Spidey material collected in one cover. So I don't expect that one to hang around for long, if I'm honest. The title that I was talking about that I've been trying to get in for ages, but has been on back order for ages, but has been requested like crazy as well, is The Crow. So The Crow is one of my favorite graphic novels of all time. It's the first graphic novel I ever bought, and believe it or not, I still have that edition. I bought it in Talisman years ago, not to show off my age, as I often do. And it's certainly not a nice special edition like this, and it's very well read and very worn down, but I still have it. But I absolutely adore The Crow. The Crow is for me, it's one of the best works of comics of all time. It's dark, it's adult, it's brooding, it's got something to say, it's emotional, it's action-packed, it's great art, it's visceral, it's a little bit of everything, and I managed to secure 5 or 6 copies of this because for whatever reason, it's a book that goes in print, out of print, in print, out of print. But as I say, this is a collection which also includes 30 pages of never-before-seen artwork, including a new closing segment, and a touching new scene, a new introduction by James O'Barr, the creator, writer, artist, and lost sequences restored using the artist's original techniques. So maybe I need to upgrade my old copy, but yeah, just really glad to have that back in. I mean, I always think that there's certain titles you need to have as a comic store. You need to have Watchmen in stock. You need to have The Dark Knight Returns in stock. You need to have The Crow in stock. It's just one of those stock titles. I think that's one of the best examples of the industry. And it's also self-contained as well, you know, it's all there, you know. Next up, we have ShangChi, Earth's Mightiest Martial Artist. So what this is obviously getting ready for the movie coming up. I love that cover is a little bit of an homage to a certain cover I showed you a second ago with Venom. So what this is a collection of some of his best stories. So what you've got here is material from X-Men 62 to 64. You've got Heroes for Hire 18 and 19, Shadowland SpiderMan, Secret Avengers, and from Avengers as well. And I mean, you've got people working on this from Scott Lobdell to John Ostrander, Dan Slott, Jonathan Hickman, David Aja, Mike Didal Jr. So an absolute murderer's row of talent there. Another one back in stock because I absolutely adore it is Superman Up in the Sky. So this was the series from Tom King, from Andy Kubert. It's now collected in trade paperback. It used to be only available via hardcover. DC seem to have this knack at the moment of putting hardcovers out first and then doing trades down the line. So it's a much more affordable price for a trade. It's rather than dropping 25 on a hardcover, you're hitting 15 on a trade. But one of the best Superman stories ever, in my humble opinion. Next up, we have Curse of the Man-Thing, which was a 3-issue event, I believe, if I remember correctly. It had Avengers Curse of the Man-Thing, Spider-Man Curse of the Man-Thing, and X-Men Curse of the Man-Thing. And those all fit together. This was a celebration story arc to celebrate 50 years of Man-Thing, so all collected in one place. For some reason, Sandman Volume 3 has proven exceptionally difficult to get in stock. Over on the shelves there, we have number 1, number 2, number 4, number 5, number 6. Whatever reason, number 3 was hard to get. Well, rejoice, it is back in stock. You can now watch Sandman from the start. I have some Suicide Squad case files here. So again, focusing on some of the greatest hits from the Suicide Squad. Obviously, the tie-in with the movie. Haven't seen it yet. Hopefully go in the next couple of days, but I'll get back to you on that one. But this one is going to focus on tales including Captain Boomerang, Rick Flag, the Ratcatcher, Savant, Javelin, Blackguard, and of course, there had to be a Harley Quinn story in there. So there we go. Another Volume 3 that was proven difficult to get was Saga. Again, we try to keep all of Saga in stock at any one time because people may be reading it at different speeds. But for ages on the racks there, we've had 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, 3's back in stock. So once again, all issues of Saga in stock. We have a couple of X-Men Volume 1s here as well. So we have New Mutants by Vita Ayala and Rod Rice on art. That's the first volume of that. They always do great design work with these books, so they do. They all fit together really well. You've also got Hellions, again, first volume there. Volumes by Zeb Wells and Stefan Segovia. And then again, yeah, just real uniform with the art design and packaging and so forth. Really nice. And one last one to finish off with, which is a collection of a mini-series focusing on The Witcher. And this is The Witcher Fading Memories by Bartosz Statzabor and Ahmad Mir. And again, this was really popular in single issues, but I do know there's a few people out there who have been waiting for trade as well. So there you go. All new in this week, all going on the racks tomorrow. We will have all new releases up, ready to go. Single issue wise as well, of course. But yeah, new stuff in every week, guys. You know, as I say, it's not always going to be a brand new title or a brand new release. Sometimes it is. We're plugging gaps in the store. We're trying to make sure we have classic stories in stock. And complete runs of things as well. So we focused on that a bit as well this week. But anyway, I'll stop talking. I'll let you get back to it. I hope this proved useful. As ever, anything appeals to you, just get in touch and let us know. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this and hope you're taking it easy out there. Stay safe.